the laws which were formulated in Geneva in the wake of the Nazi tragedy and Holocaust didn't foresee our kind of conflict. Things are really bad. Look at the Human Rights Commission in Geneva, if you can. It really is a pitiful sight. Not long ago, this commission decided that there was no human rights issue in the case of Sri Lanka. There were 50 or 60,000 people who became homeless. There were thousands of dead civilians, wounded people all over the place. From the Tamil Tigers, in the wake of the operation of the Colombo government, the commission refused to deal with this. But the second thing is that there is no hierarchy between human rights. No word about the breach of international law with regard to Gilad Shalit. Nothing about that, and nothing about the closure of that border. So here you see the double standard being applied in a very brutal way. There is no provision for effective sanctions against NSA, non-state actors. There's nothing about terrorism and suicide bombers. Now, suicide bombers is a major problem because the Geneva Conventions, like all legal instruments, treat life and the deprivation of life as the ultimate punishment. If this punishment is self-inflicted, how can you deter these crimes? Nothing about it. Third is a major problem which was treated in a very, very, I would say, ludicrous way in the Goldstone report, is the issue of human shields. Now, there is a prohibition to a certain extent in the Rome Statute, which makes it an international crime, to a degree which has not been ascertained. There's also something in the first protocol and in the fourth Geneva Convention. But there's nothing which is really effective. And not only that, which says a distinction must be made between voluntary human shields and non-voluntary human shields. Voluntary human shields, people who accept the idea that they should serve the purpose of the aggressors, of the attackers, are not protected. Involuntary human shields are protected. The people of Dresden would be protected nowadays. Hezbollah villages in Lebanon, a border case. In other words, I think the laws of war and international humanitarian law need rethinking and rephrasing. And now I'll translate everything I've said into a few Hebrew words. Oy vey. Toda rabba.